Chapter 12 Earth Movements and Major Landforms. Warm-up. Forces of the Earth. Endogenetic forces. Exogenetic forces. The distribution of land and water, however, has not always been the same on the Earth's surface as it is today. In 1912, Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, made an attempt to explain the present-day distribution of continents and oceans. He proposed that millions of years ago, all land masses were joined together into a supercontinent called the Pangaea. He suggested that the Pangaea probe and there was a horizontal displacement of the continents. This is called Wegener's theory of continental drift. Now, it is accepted that the Earth's crust consists of plates known as tectonic plates. There are surmajor of 20 minor tectonic plates which floated independently of one another. These plates move only a few millimeters a year, the energy of which is received from the Earth's interior. The tectonic activities such as earthquakes and volcanoes occur along the edges of these plates. Though the movement of tectonic plates is very nominal, yet it causes massive changes on the Earth's surface. Various forces act on the movement of these plates, which can be divided into two types: endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Forces of the Earth. Endogenic forces are those which originate from within the Earth, such as earthquakes, volcanoes. The Earth movements caused due to earthquakes and volcanoes are sudden, while those occurring due to the movement of tectonic plates and gradual. On the other hand, exogenic forces are these which originate on the Earth's surface, such as raining water, wind, glaciers and sea waves. Forces which affect the Earth's crust. Endogenetic forces. Exogenetic forces. Earthquakes, volcanoes, landslides, weathering, glaciers, wind, waves, denudation, delta, soil erosion. Endogenetic forces. These forces sometimes produce sudden movements and at the other times produce slow movements. Sudden movements like earthquakes and volcanoes cause mass destruction over the surface of the Earth. Earthquake, tremors and vibrations in the crust of the Earth is called earthquake. Most of the earthquakes are a result of the action of the internal forces of the Earth, and they generally occur due to the sudden movements of the Earth's crust. Some minor earthquakes may, however, be caused by external causes such as landslide and bursting of a dam also. The point in the interior of the Earth from where earthquake tremors move from the focus in all directions. The point on the Earth's surface vertically above the focus is called the epicenter. It is at this point that the earthquake is felt first of all. Intensity of an earthquake is felt and the intensity of the tremors keeps decreasing with increasing distance from the epicenter. Types of earthquake waves. According to the mode of travel, earthquake waves are classified into three main types. Primary waves. The primary waves or push waves are the first to arrive as they are the fastest. These waves usually travel at a speed of about 6 km per second. These waves cause relatively small displacement. Secondary waves. The secondary waves or shape waves are the next to arrive. Their rate of movement is less than that of the primary waves. These waves produce a strong shaping action. They do not pass through liquids. Surface waves. The surface waves are the last to arrive and travel over the surface of the Earth. These waves are very powerful and cause most of the damage. Their effect is not seen at great depth. Measuring an earthquake. The intensity of earthquake waves is measured on the Richter scale. The earthquake tremors are recorded by an instrument called seismograph. The science that deals with earthquakes is called Seismologist. The Richter scale ranges from 0 to 9. An increase in 1 point on the Richter scale indicates that the force of the earthquake is 10 times greater than the strength of the previous number. The earthquakes of intensity 6 and above are very destructive. More than 10 lakh earthquakes are recorded every year. An earthquake's intensity is measured in relation to its effect on human life. The slow and mild tremors are more frequent and are generally not noticed. Violent earthquakes cause serious damage to life and property. They may cause landslides in hilly areas, crack in the earth's crust, bursting in river dams and blocking of rivers, raising or lowering of the sea floors or coastal regions. World distribution of earthquake. Earthquakes are mainly associated with the weaker and isostatically distributed areas of the globe. Most of the earthquakes occur in the zones of young folded mountain, the zones of fracturing and faulting, the zones of active volcanoes along the different plate boundaries, etc. The world's major earthquake belts are as below. Circum-Pacific Belt. The Circum-Pacific Belt includes the coastal margins of North America, South America and East Asia. These regions account for about 65% of the total earthquakes of the world. This belt coincides with the Pacific Ring of Fire. Mid-continental belt. The Mid-continental belt includes the Alpine Mountains, Mediterranean Sea, Northern and Eastern Africa and the Himalayas. About 25% of the seismic events are recorded here. Mid-Atlantic Ridge Belt. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge Belt includes the Mid-Atlantic Ridge and the adjoint islands. It records moderate earthquakes which are caused due to the moving of the lithospheric plates in opposite directions. The earthquake belt in India is mainly confined to the Himalayas region and the Ganga-Brahmaputra. Protective measures during earthquake. Following protective measures must be taken to save life during an earthquake. If you are indoor, take shelter under a strong desk, table or against the corner of a room, etc. Stay far away from anything that could fall, such as furniture, glass window, heavy machines, etc. Do not use lifts or elevator. Always keep a disaster safety kit ready, having money, medicines and some non-perishable food items in it. Case study. Haiti earthquake 2010. The severe earthquake hit Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti on 12 January 2010. The earthquake measured 7.0 on the Richter scale. Since the epicenter of the earthquake was in a densely populated area, it caused massive damage to buildings, people and other property. As Haiti is a very poor country, it was not possible to know the exact number of the dead, but it was estimated to be about 1 lakh. Most of the buildings in the capital were flattened, including the presidential place. Not only destruction, the Haitians had to suffer because they lacked eatables and many of them became robbers looking for property and food. The United Nations has sent relief to the Haitians. So have many other countries of the world. An important cause of the widespread destruction was that the buildings were not constructed with anti-earthquake technique. Volcano. A volcano is a vent or opening, usually circular or nearly circular, is formed through which heated material consisting of gases, water, liquid magma and pieces of rock and ejected from the hot interior of the earth. By different facts, it is proved that the volcanicity is caused due to the presence of molten rocks inside the earth, in which silicate quantity is more than vapor and gas. The temperature of magma is from 500 degrees Celsius to 1400 degrees Celsius. Magma is mainly formed from basalt and granite rocks. Types of volcanoes. Volcanoes can be classified into the following types on the basis of their frequency or eruption. First, Active volcanoes. These volcanoes continuously eject volcanic lavas, gases, ash, and fragmental materials. It is estimated that there are about more than 500 active volcanoes in the world. Etna, Italy, and Stromboli, Lipari Island of the Mediterranean Sea are the most significant examples of such volcanoes. Second, dormant volcanoes. They are very dangerous and violent volcanoes as they remain dormant, inactive after their eruptions for some time, and also there are no indications for future eruptions. They erupt very violently all of sudden and cause enormous damage to human health and wealth. For example, Vesuvius volcano in Italy is a dormant volcano. Third, extinct volcanoes. The volcanoes are considered extinct when there are no indications of future eruption. The craters of these volcanoes are filled up with water which give rise to lakes. For example, Kohe Sultan of Iran. Do you know Mount Damavand is the highest volcano in Asia with an elevation of 5,609 meters. It is a potentially active volcano located in the middle of the Alps range near the southern coast of the Caspian Sea in Alam country, Iran. World distribution of volcanoes. Most of the volcanoes occur near the earthquake belts around the Jungfrau Mountains. Circum-Pacific Belt. The great number of the world's active volcanoes are found in a circular belt around the Pacific Ocean known as the Circum-Pacific Belt or the Pacific Ring of Fire. Mid-continental belt. The mid-continental belt or mid-world mountain belt runs along the middle of Europe and Asia and includes certain very important volcanoes like Mount Vesuvius, Italy, Mount Stromboli, Mount Etna, Sicily, etc. Do you know? Animal can sense any forthcoming natural disaster and their behavior change before any natural disaster strikes. Fish became quite restless in the pond. Snakes come out on the earth's surface and some animals like cats, dogs make strange sounds. Exogenetic forces. The forces that work on the surface, the earth, are called exogenetic forces. Endogenetic forces make the earth's surface uneven, which is made balanced by the exogenetic forces. These are also known as destructional forces. Weathering. A change due to which rocks are reduced into small particles is termed as weathering. By this process, bigger rocks are broken into smaller pieces. Glaciers. A glacier is a river of frozen water which moves very slowly towards the slope. Glaciers are generally found in high altitude and high latitude areas where the temperature is very low. There are many glaciers in Antarctica, Northern Europe, Asia and North America. They cause erosion, transportation and deposition of soil and rock. Wind. Wind is one of the most important agents of soil formation. When wind blows at a high speed, small particles of rocks move with it. In deserts, dust storms are caused when the wind blows at a fast speed, carrying with its forces small particles, which shelter. Waves. Sea waves constantly strike the coastline and they shape the coastal land. The sea waves strike against coastal rocks and reduce them into small particles, which ultimately form the coastal soil. Denudation. The process of denudation becomes active when small particles of rock are carried from one place to another by running water. Streams, rivers and running water carry small rock particles with their force from one place to another. Rivers and running water flow down to plains from mountains and hills. Rivers flow down the hills speedily and forcefully, carrying rock particles with them and reducing them to soil. When rivers came down to plains, the force of their flow slows down So the soil particles are deposited along the river course. Delta. Delta refers to an area of low flat land, sometimes shaped roughly like a triangle, where a river divides into many smaller rivers before flowing into the sea. Most of the eroded materials, sediments and soil particles get deposited on the river's banks, making the area a fertile river valley. When the river water reaches the sea or ocean, it forms a delta at a place of its confluence with the sea or ocean. Soil erosion. Soil erosion and rock erosion take place almost everywhere and at all times. They are greatly influenced by climatic and environmental factors such as temperature, rainfall, vegetation cover, type of soil and rocks, and shape and slope of the land. Soil erosion is a serious problem. The human activities responsible for erosion includes deforestation, overgrazing by animals, unscientific farming, etc. Do you know 70% of Earth's surface is covered with water? The Earth acquired the nickname the Blue Planet. Summing up, the movement of tectonic plates causes changes on the Earth's surface. There are two types of forces, exogenetic and endogenetic. A volcano is a vent or opening through which molten lava erupts suddenly. An earthquake is a vibrant or tremor on the Earth's surface. The earthquake is measured by an instrument called seismograph. Weathering is breaking down of rock into small pieces while erosion carries away rock particles. Erosion is caused due to running water, ice movement, wind and sea waves.